So I welcome you, my dear friends, around this table of love. And if you have a candle handy, let us light this candle for peace. But more importantly, let us light this light for a blessing on all present here. For if ever there was a time in man's evolution where mankind needed a blessing and to bless themselves, oneself, it surely must be now. For we are all being tested, each and every one of us. So this light is a gift to the Supreme in thanksgiving for the blessings of God on the children of God, but more importantly, on myself and on yourself. So in the name of our beloved Father, Mother God, who creates life, in the name of the risen cosmic Christ who loves life, in the name of the Spirit who is the fire of life, and in the name of Gaia, our beloved Earth Mother, who nurtures the divine in all life, and in the name of all faith traditions, who are the children of God, our brothers and sisters, and in the name of spiritual diversity, we welcome you to this table as we together embrace the one true loving God, a God of light, a God of love, and a God of blessing. So I light this light for you in thanksgiving for your presence here, and that together we can hold the light of selfless love. And I now dedicate this beautiful song to you, the day I surrendered to you. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy the words.
I no longer run, I no longer hide.
day I surrendered to you. The day I surrendered to you. And you know, about an hour and a half ago, I was feeling really tired. Really, really tired. It'd been a long day from 6 o'clock this morning, and I thought, oh, I'm going to bed. And then a little voice I could hear speaking, oh no, you're not. Go and have a quick wash and freshen yourself up and slap them cheeks and do what you're supposed to do. And the mind and the body and the spirit suddenly were fighting one another. And I found in the last few months, particularly the last 3-4 weeks, the body and the mind seem to be working against the spirit, trying to discourage the spirit, the child of God, to weigh one down, to prevent one honoring one's heart. And I know who it is. It's the Antichrist. Those forces of darkness that are trying to intimidate the light of God within us, to back off from our commitment to God. And it's so subtle. That's what's so scary. It's so teasingly subtle. Like at 4 this morning, when I woke up after having a bit of a bad dream, I came into the kitchen and all of a sudden the body's crying out for ice cream, and I thought, I'm not pregnant. But do you know, I made myself go into the garage, into the big freezer, and I treated myself to a Magnum ice cream on a stick. And I thought, it's time, Brother Sean, that you started to treat yourself, that you started to receive a blessing instead of always being hard on yourself and putting yourself down. It's time that you took your little boy Sean out to play and gave it a little ice cream too. And you know, I felt really good after that. So I went back to bed and I slept like a baby. And I was up at 6 this morning. So what I'm trying to share with you is, there is no harm in blessing yourself. It is good. It is good to bless yourself. Just a short while ago, I found a beautiful reflection that was sent to me by a lovely man, bless his heart, who has schizophrenia. A tortured soul, but a beautiful spiritual soul. And he sent me this, it must be 6 years ago, 7 maybe. And I would like to read it without the music. And he says this to me: God lives among his people, God with us today, resurrected in his love and light, here with us to stay. Eternal flame that burns so bright, awaken now each heart. Temples of the living Lord, bestowed as from the start. Rekindle now your majesty, images we of you. Teach us now your children, with your spirit us endue. Arise in us, dear Lord, let your light each day renew, inviting us to your feast, bride with groom, love's true way. Never-ending happiness with your wedding day. We pray, arrange our lives as you see fit, to do your will convey. Nurture us in your pure love, all for us to gain. Divine your inspiration, sweet song, our heart's refrain. Immaculate your mother's heart, comforting to tell. Rejuvenate all innocence, let's know that all is well. Embrace us with and in your passion, hearts afire for you. Love so wonderful and special, within which to imbue. Arise in us, sweet Lord, bring your peace to earth, our gain, never-ending glory to your name, as eternal is your reign. Divine your love, God with us today, with us to stay. By Mr. Kenneth Noel Gabriel Curran, Clifton, York. What a beautiful, beautiful prayer from a beautiful man who is a tortured soul, where many reject him because of his disability. And yet within his tortured soul, he can write that. So clearly the Spirit of God is within him and has not rejected him. And for him to share so eloquently, so simply put, we must bless him. We must send him love. And we must send all our brothers and sisters who battle with mental illness, an insidious disease, but if turned around with God's help and grace, it can become the perfect prayer. Allow me play this for you. I met this beautiful Jesuit priest, a young Jesuit priest about 15, 16 years ago in North Wales on my way to Timamdu, the poor Clare Collatine monastery that Sister Elizabeth mentioned at evening prayer, where my spiritual director is based, Sister Agatha. And I went to St. Bino's. It's a retreat center run by the Jesuits right up in the mountain. And this young priest was playing the guitar. And I had the privilege of meeting his sister, who lives not far from here, who was ordained an interfaith minister with Brother Rob 2 years ago on the 17th of July. Now I want to play this for you, but I would like you to just listen to the words, because they're so beautiful. It's called A Desert Stillness.
You send new light to touch the desert floor and wake the colours buried there once more. Soft light, filling all this space for so wide a time, opening a day in coolness, long before the stones begin to burn, and all so still, all so vast, so still, such quiet, touching every upturned stone or rock, every silent leaf or shrub, surprising with new sight each tiny creature's journey out of night into this day. And for miles, simply miles of light, an endless scene of myriad, detailed life is suddenly shown, completely still, or just rustling awake as the first warmth of the desert air begins to breathe again, before spiraling slowly into the central stillness of the day. You bring the night too, over the desert floor and hills, shutting down vision like a soft curtain over the land, and in its place open up the stars, stars filling the whole sky, sudden and moving, placed so perfectly that they could be touched in the night's darkness, so clear, so close, even sharing a little of their light to form faint shadows of our fingers on the bare rock, which mirrors back your light, your gift, your total quiet, your peace. And in such vastness, such breathtaking detail, you exist. Oh, you exist for us. You exist for us. You exist.
Let us come now, as we come towards the latter end of our soiree. Let us just come as a beloved of God. Let us acknowledge that we are a gift from God to the world. That in our brokenness, in our weariness, we are a precious gift. And though others may put us down, and others may discourage us, and others may misunderstand who we truly are, it doesn't matter, because God exists. So in the stillness of this hour, let us reawaken our heart to embrace the divine in us. And let us now perform the art of blessing. Let us begin now to bless ourselves. Let us try and see through the eyes of God that we are not a nobody, we are a somebody. We are a child of God. Let us receive the healing touch of the cosmic Christ. Let us bring our hands to our weary heart, though often misunderstood and rejected. Help us to love our heart. This heart is a divine heart. It is a sacred heart. It encases the Spirit of God within our being. Father, Mother God, help us to bless ourselves, to bless this heart, to bless the person that you created in love. Let us begin with oneself right now, and we thank you for your creation in me and in you. Let us now receive a blessing from God as we sit in the desert stillness on the desert floor and allow the love of the Supreme flow through us and touch us. Let us receive the art of blessing, and let us give thanks as we celebrate our life and the gifts that God has given to each one of us. Gifts of prayer, the gift of sharing love, the gift of receiving love, the gifts of being in love. Let us bless ourselves now as we bow our head in the presence of the Supreme God. Let us receive from God now that special blessing, because we are a beloved of God. We are a child of God, and no one can take that from us. No one. And you and I were called by name to sit in the presence of God and to receive that love. To receive that love. So let us now receive it. And let us, like the mustard seed that Sister Elizabeth shared with us at evening vespers on Monday evening, let us allow that mustard seed to be planted and nurtured and watered through prayer. And then let us trust in the divine to allow it bear fruit. A fruit that will last forever. I want to read this to you as we close. Behind every conflict is a peace waiting to be born. Behind every law is truth waiting to be born. Behind every scarcity is an abundance waiting to be born. Behind every loneliness is a love waiting to be born. Behind every guilt is an innocence waiting to be born. Behind every boredom is a creativity waiting to be born. Behind every harshness is a tenderness waiting to be born. Behind every pain is a comfort waiting to be born. Behind every sadness is a joy waiting to be born. Behind every misunderstanding is a gift waiting to be born. Behind every hatred is forgiveness waiting to be born. Behind every insult is a blessing waiting to be born. And behind every darkness is the light of heaven waiting to be born when we are willing. When we are willing. So let us bring our time together to a close by celebrating who we are as a child of love waiting to be born. Let us celebrate. Let us celebrate by blessing who we are, by blessing our struggles, our disappointments, our pain, for they are miracles waiting to be born. Just be still and allow the Spirit of God to be reborn in your heart. And let us just be on the desert floor, that beautiful child of God. We hold this light and we celebrate the art of blessing ourselves. For if we do not bless ourselves and the gifts that the Creator has given to us, we cannot really bless each other or the world. So let us now bless the child of God within us, and together let us bless each other, and together let us bless the world. Namaste. Shalom. Inshallah paxet bonum. Om Shanti. Solo di caritas, peace. And may the peace of God in all its richness bless you and me right now. Please take care. And remember, we are a child of God, and we celebrate that beautiful gift of inner knowing. Till we meet again, I bless you.